This cinder block was made to be broken, and it was created by New Rule FX's Ryan Johnson, who specializes in breakaway movie props. His most
would
frequently
love a
requested
whole set of
props are
breakaway
these
glass.
bottles. They're made with a
I'll be
thin
breaking it
resin
on myself
plastic
all
that
the
looks
time, just
exactly like the real thing. Chairs and bricks that can fall apart with just a little pressure, and glass shards that are actually made from rubber. Breakable windows are made by
I want a
gluing
bunch of
together.
these.
To be a great bonsai artist, one needs to dwarf real trees and then master bending and twisting trees into intricate and artful shapes.
Hold on. Wait, so bonsai trees are they fake? I'm getting the impression that they aren't real. They don't really look like that. She just messes with the tree until it looks like a tree. I sound crazy.
According to Yamamoto, this small bonsai took 15 years to
Oh,
finish.
come on. What's the
And
point
this
of
one
that?
here took 25 years to look like this.
Why would you want that?
It's no wonder that one can sell for around 100 million yen, or just under $1 million.
What the fuck?
Matt Slagle is one of the master model builders behind these massive
Okay, this
Lego
looks like a cool
replicas
job.
of San Francisco
I'm a big fan of Legoland.
and Las Vegas.
'Cause this is like 6-year-old me's dream job. 100%. That'd be a crazy job. I don't think I could deal with the color scheme though. I think if I had to work with this color scheme 5 days a week for the rest of my life, I'd go postal. I'd like to see this place after an earthquake. There'd be Legos everywhere. It'd be amazing. Oh, that was cool. They had all the they got Marvel in the background. They got a DC too. They're kind of all just combined. I like the building models. I'm not really a huge fan of like the big sharks, and when they make the big characters, it's very impressive, don't get me wrong, but not as appealing to me as the Empire State Building and stuff, and the Statue of Liberty was.
More marble has come from the quarries in Carrara, Italy than anywhere else on Earth.
This doesn't seem very fantastical. I knew this job
Including
existed.
600 They then carve it out using a 5mm diamond wire until the marble is fully removed from the mountain. More wires or
They
a
actually
chainsaw
cut it out?
can then...
I would have thought they would have just blown it up. I guess that's not the precision work that they want.
Real truffles are only found underground by a truffle hunter. Fever's dog has to sniff out the truffle's location.
Oh, truffle dog.
Then Fever has to dig each one
I'm
out
all about
by
the truffle
hand.
pigs.
It can go bad after just 5 days, so they need to be sold quickly. However,
Truffles
a
are
truffle
weird.
can the world's largest white truffle sold for $61,000 in 2014.
5 days later, it was ruined.
Elaine Hall is what is known in Hollywood as a baby wrangler. She was able to get a baby to hysterically cry on command simply by fake crying herself.
Okay, that's a weird
The
one.
Greenland
I didn't know that
shark
existed.
is the most
That's
toxic
weird.
shark. Gurgen Hildebrandsson and his family have been making and selling fermented meat from it for generations.
Ew.
The meat is first fermented in cold storage rooms for
That's definitely a family thing. Oh my god, who would start doing that? They were so hungry they had lost some old shark, and 6 months later, after he was just lying in an open field, they decided to take a bite, and it was good. It was good enough. As a matter of fact, it was so good, they're like, let's recreate this.
Then it needs to be hung outside for 6 months to dry out, while still retaining the correct texture.
Jesus, disgusting.
While certain food items you see on screen might be fake, a lot of food in movie scenes is real. Productions hire a food stylist like Zoe Hegedouche. Her job is to make sure all the food on camera is both appealing to the cameras and edible for the actors.
That's a cool job. I'm gonna rent it. I'm gonna get an Airbnb, right? And I'm gonna stock it entirely full of realistic fake food. It's part of the decor, all right? You can't get rid of it.
I just kind of figure it out. So I've had no formal training, didn't go to college, started this just so I could
I
be
made
a
a
stay-at-home
cake
mom
out
with
of
my kids.
caulking.
Both women work out of studio. For Glee, she made some ice cream for this diner scene.
They wanted milkshakes and hot fudge sundaes and banana splits that were new, half-eaten, quarter-eaten, so that they could switch them out during the takes.
Wow,
She
that
says
does
you
look real.
don't-
I think I'd get a bunch of those and put them in an aquarium.
Typically, fake foods are made with rubber or foam. She pours the material into the mold and
Seems
lets
weird
it set.
to mold a hamburger.
Foam rises
or
like
a
actual
a
dough.
piece of fish.
Once the item is dry, it's painted and detailed to look like real food.
You just
pretty
kind of have
cool.
to
It
look at
does
things
look
a little differently.
pretty real.
Stuff from the local hardware store, caulking and drywall.
Told you it was caulking.
To replicate granola and ground beef, Lisa uses crushed corkboard.
Ugh.
Cork is kind of like breaks up like granola, so we took some cork boards and we started
does look
breaking
like
it down.
granola.
I don't do this for the money. It's kind of more for the accolades. When my customers write, "Oh, I love it. It came out great."
I also do it for the money.
Before eiderdown fibers end up in high-end duvet covers, they first need to be harvested from ducks. Farmers start by collecting every eider nest by hand.
She just steal that fucking nest? She literally just stole the nest. It was like, nah, the eggs will be fine. You might freeze to death, but fuck you, eggs. I need your feathers.
First by
Fuck
hand.
your
The job entails
eggs.
a lot of wandering
This is
because
my
the
nest
nests are
now.
located far apart, as each one yields just 15 grams of material.
I'm kind of
The
an
harvesting
asshole.
process is both ethical and completely natural, and at
Okay.
the same time,
They say it's ethical, but you can't just say it. It just doesn't seem very ethical to me. I know, poor ducks. To get back to their nest, their kids are dead, and the nest that they spent hours on is gone.
Stephen Kutcher is known as the bug man of Hollywood.
A lot of these jobs are like Hollywood wranglers.
He trained 3,000 locusts to cling onto the
Ugh.
wall of a cage by shining a heat-emitting light at it, drawing them to the warmth.
I don't know if you can call that training, but whatever.
Not all scissors are mass-produced. Some are still handmade by master putter-togetherers at this
Master
factory in
Putter
England.
Togetherers, official title.
Cliff Denton is one of just 2 remaining master putter-togetherers at the Ernest Wright factory, and it takes years of
What
training
scissor
to
maker?
get to his level of craftsmanship. If you hit the wrong spot while hammering the blade, the entire pair of scissors will be ruined.
I don't believe
Sophia
that.
Bogle is a book conservationist whose daily job is to restore 120-year-old archival book. The process begins with deconstruction. Then she washes the individual pages in hot water and restores them, using Japanese tissue to fix any tears she finds.
Did she put paper in water?
With a repair
That seems
knife.
so wrong.
Japanese. A lot of those sounds you hear in nature docs are actually fake. So Foley artists like Richard Hinton have had to find creative ways to pair sounds with nature. Some of the sounds he has mastered are swimming schools of fish and even an orangutan eating.
Okay, what's next?
The only thing left is the blowjob scene.
Oh. What is the quickest and easiest way for 2 guys to accurately record a blowjob sound? Oh, come on, God, we really need this to work. Please! No!
Just one of these
Where were
Kolinsky
we?
sable paintbrushes can take a week and a half to make. With just
Oh hey,
one
they're
of
using
these,
they're using the special made scissors to make this special made paintbrush.
and
What
it's
are
the
they
hair
made
that
of?
makes these brushes remarkable. The brushes are made from the strong, high-quality tail hairs of the Kolinsky sable in Siberia. It can take 3 years of training to get to her level.
Or one robot.
Fugu, or pufferfish, is a poisonous fish that's a delicacy in Japan.
Oh
To
yes,
properly
the
prepare
infamous
the fish
puffer
and
fish.
make it, and they must take an extensive exam to
Who
legally
figured this
serve the
out?
fish.
Did they have like 10 guys and they're like, okay, good part of the puffer. Next guy's like, well, he ate the brain, he died. All right, I'm gonna eat the eyeball. Dead. And then the third guy had the balls to be like, those guys ate the brain and the eyeball. I'm gonna eat the ovaries. I think it'll be fine. And then boom, dead. Who keeps trying? Someone figured it out eventually, though. I guess it took like 20 dead people, but
Filmmakers
that's crazy.
can't achieve the realistic look of their characters' weapons in
Another
close-ups
movie
if they
one.
resort to
Basically, if you work in any prop department for the movies, then you're gonna be on this list. Your job, no one's gonna know exists.
plastic blades. Enter blacksmith Tony Swatton. Zorro's blade in The Mask of Zorro was created using 2 curved hunting swords from the 1500s that were cobbled together to look like the classic rapier.
Okay. Why not get a
Cheryl
classic
Eisen
rapier,
stages
then?
luxury apartments up for sale in New York. That
Whatever.
means she makes them look stylish enough that people will actually want to buy them.
Wait. Everyone knows this job.
Cheryl Eisen stages luxury
She's like a
apartments
designer.
up for sale in New York.
Wow, who knew that a designer existed? I would have never known. I thought people just put shit in their house and just hope for the best.
Enter Richard Dorton, a creature performer who specializes
Okay.
in all kinds of video game characters. And to make this all the more realistic, he has to get really physical.
I mean, I think we all knew this job existed, but it's pretty cool to see the behind the scenes. I'd watch an entire game behind the scenes.
The most commonly seized item at JFK International Airport is actually food. Perone gets a little help from some four-legged canine friends, like Biscuit, who's trained to sniff out
Good
food and
puppy.
luggage. They have an estimated 90% accuracy rate.
Yeah, I know what food smells like. I'm good at that.